trad wife saying it's a trad wife lifestyle. Lady, if you are making content for profit online about being a trad wife, you're not a trad wife. You're a business owner. Stop that nonsense. Stop that mean-spirited propaganda and stop selling out other women saying that you want them to make decisions you would never consider for yourself. Patriarchal hags, the whole lot of them, Buchanan included. All right. But they were right that defeating investments in the well-being of children was hugely successful as a conservative tool. Let's talk about why. And for that, we're going to zoom out in this conversation and talk about ideologies around childcare and welfare. Okay, so prior to the CCDA being passed by Congress, there were actually multiple bills kicking around committees to address poverty and welfare spending. And, in the 60s, we had a big rise of social experimentation and trying new federal investments for improving the quality of life and economic health of everyday Americans, from the Kennedys to Johnson's war on poverty. So most of these efforts to combat poverty focused on welfare services, not direct economic investment in the beneficiaries. Meaning, a lot of welfare services were about social workers helping poor families secure legal services or nutritional information. It wasn't about direct resource aid. When resources were given, it was always indirectly, right? So that's how we end up with food stamps instead of cash for food. That's how we end up with housing vouchers instead of cash for housing, right? So America has traditionally set up welfare investments in that indirect way because welfare has always been viewed as transitional assistance, never envisioned as long-term investments in social infrastructure designed to meet human needs, not profit from them. So if we strip back all of the intellectualization around this belief that welfare is a temporary investment, not a necessary structure to build to help people meet needs as required by humans being social creatures, we see what they're fundamentally arguing. They are arguing that the fundamental purpose of the American government is not to provide services that facilitate humans cooperatively meeting common social needs, but that the purpose of the American government is to use violence to maintain borders and advance business interests and maintain socially established hierarchies of power. That belief that the federal government's role is not providing services can only be realized by maintaining entire classes of people who, under threat of violence, must labor